in live stream on YouTube. Just for everyone's information. Checking stream health, we're looking good. And let's start. Why don't we start with that's fine. Boris.
I don't really have any updates.
You can talk about the performance evaluation and what we noticed.
Okay, so we've been working on an evaluation of the simulcast implementation. We want to see what kind of benefits we have when simulcast is used in terms of bitrate and bandwidth on the server as well as on the senders. We started this with by looking at the actual quality of the picture that is transmitted with and without simulcast, and we noticed some discrepancies there. Namely, given the same bitrate for a regular video stream and the same bitrate for the high quality of the simulcast stream, we see lower quality for simulcast. So we are trying to figure out why that happens.
That's done.
Yeah.
George, do you want to add anything to that?
No, mostly that's what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks. I don't really have anything.
So the main discrepancy that we're observing, as Boris said, was that simulcast is producing a lower quality high stream than non-simulcast, which is a fully on the Chrome side. And we've been, if anyone has any ideas about that, would be very interested to hear them. So let's move on to Christo.
Sorry, that's quality as measured by what? PSNR or
Yes,
objective? Okay.
PSNR. Yeah.
So I don't think I have any important updates. Like I have a couple of small bug fixes, a couple of small features implemented, but nothing.
You can just say what they are.
Like that thing with the disabling the clipping of the local video in the UI. Also, there was an error on some browsers, like I think it was called Quick Nano Browser or something like that. So the desktop streaming code was crashing the whole app and stuff like that.
There's now also an option to flip the local image. We might actually want to make that configurable by deployment.
Currently, we don't have config option.
That's what I'm saying. We might want to make it configurable by deployment. Aaron, do you want to share anything?
We launched some new shards of Meet Jitsi recently with some of the latest versions. Everything seems to be working well. We've been reaching some of the highest levels of bandwidth that we've ever seen on Meet Jitsi, partially because we've enabled simulcast and have HD streams, but I think also just because it's more popular, which is always fun. Yeah, otherwise the recorder is becoming more and more stable every day, which is to say it's now even usable. And I think that's about it. I'll be, yeah, mostly the rest of the stuff I have to work on will not be visible.
Thanks. You
Nothing much for me as well. I'm working on React Native, which means
Can you get closer to the mic?
legitimate React Native, and I'm still continuing with that.
Don't you want to say the problems that you ran into?
So most of the problems are just a very fact that we're switching from a browser to a different Java execution and JavaScript execution environment. So we had to add a lot of polyfills for browser APIs or something like that that's missing in React Native. Um, and then what currently was becoming a problem is that we're using a project which integrates the native WebRTC from Google into React Native. So there are some differences or non-standard behavior of this third-party project. So we fix those differences.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I've been working recently on things around the recorder, fixing some stuff, like for example, moderator reloads, and so we made sure that the recorder is not elected as a moderator in the conference. And some small UI stuff around the recording, the live streaming tag now shows for all the participants. It wasn't the case before. Yeah, I don't remember anything else. Yeah, just fixing stuff around the recorder and the user interface.
All right. Thanks. And Pavel.
So in the last 2 weeks, I was still working on the lip sync, and it's now pushed to the master. And after that, I was working on adding automated tests for that. And it's almost done. And the way it works is that we're sending a video which has a green dot and an audio which is a beep which should be played when the green dot appears. And in Selenium, we're capturing the frames from the video and looking at what time the green dot appeared and checking if it's in sync with these beep sounds. So in order to reproduce like the lip sync scenario, we need to delay. We don't need, but we're delaying audio stream. And the purpose of the test is to check if the browser will delay video packets to match the audio. That's it.
All right. Thanks. And Itza, did you mention the Firefox problem?
No, actually. So there was a problem in Firefox, which turned out into two separate problems. The first one was that if something fails, the hang up button is basically not working. That was caused by some bugs in our promises when we are adding, removing tracks, leaving the conference. So the promises never end. They was never completed. So I fixed that, and now those methods should be completed, either with success or with a rejection. So that fixed the hang up button when there is some kind of error, and there was some versions of Firefox we were seeing ice failures after some period of time, but it turns out that so that was reproduced only on Firefox nightlies, and when I updated, that was fixed. So probably it's some Firefox 2 issue,
Okay.
or some middle version or something.
All right. So that completes the update on our side. One last thing. Is Damien here?
He's there.
Damien? No.
Damien's writing in the room, and he says that he sees everyone in 720p.
But is he still there?
Are we still there?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, well, Damien's is back, and he was out on vacation, and he'll be. What might be of interest to what might be of interest to many is that he'll get back to fixing Jitsi. So that was broken since some of our DTLS connection optimizations. And I know that many people have asked me about it, so we should soon be fixing that. That's what Damien's doing. All right, so this completes the update on our site. Open mic, are there any questions or comments?
There was a cool nice diff about added the extra stream statistics in the channel, but I haven't seen any. I don't think it got merged yet.
Damien?
Okay, that's Damien's thing.
Damien?
Yeah, I haven't looked at that. I need to look at it again.
No, but didn't you make the commit?
I think I misunderstood the question. Could you please repeat?
The question is, what did not? I think that commit that Brian is mentioning came from you, and do you know if it has been merged already?
The commit about the video bridge client statistics?
Can you answer the question?
Yeah, there was something to add some stats in the channel, adding some stats from the channel, I think.
Brian, are you talking about co-stats
Yes.
stats in the channel or something else?
Well, yeah, part of the thing was eventually to push it to call stats, but there's kind of the call stats publishing piece, and then there was also the gathering piece, which I think was in the channel, because we're spending some time getting statistics done and to push to our own stuff, and we were going to go in and add stuff to the channel. We've been holding off since I saw that diff, but I noticed it hasn't gotten merged yet. So I don't know if it was because Damien's on vacation or what.
Yeah, Damian made the changes to push conference and channel statistics from the video bridge to co-stats. It's a change in both Jitsi and Jitsi video bridge, and I have to review those ticks in order to merge them.
Okay.
So it's not merged yet. But we'll try to do that this week.
Okay. And then, I don't know, maybe Mary wants to talk about it. She's on the call, but she's been working on some last end simulcast stuff that will probably push a PR for this week.
Yeah, so hi everybody. I guess half of you guys haven't met me. I'm Marianne. So yeah,
Welcome.
Thank you. I think we talked with George a little bit, and then I started adding some of the logic you guys added for VP8, for H264, for keyframe detection, and all that for simulcast. So that's I guess good for you guys to review. Something that we held back on was the adaptive.
I'm sorry, are you saying that you already pushed that? Or?
No. I wanted to give you guys for a code review.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then something that we held back, I wanted to see your status on, is the adaptive bitrate, the adaptive simulcast bitrate estimation. Because now it's only going down, and Brian told me something about you guys have it on your list of immediate tasks. Is that true, or?
Yeah. So we're currently, as Boris and George mentioned, we're currently working on evaluating, getting exact numbers of the gain of simulcast, and having a full picture of exactly what we are achieving. Getting ramp up and bitrate estimations is basically the immediate task after that. So I expect we would start next week. Might be a bit optimistic, although not impossible, and the week after for sure.
Okay. Cool. Brian, is there any?
Yeah. And by the way, looking forward to that H264 pull request, because we got to do pretty much the same sort of stuff for VP10 as well. I'm sorry, yeah, well, eventually for VP10 as well, but VP9 first. So it'll be good to see that we have all the codec-specific stuff properly isolated. So H264 would help with that. And we'd also like to start playing with H264. Actually, how are you guys doing H264? Are you using the native Open H264 simulcasting, or are you just cloning a stream?
So Chrome doesn't have the implementation, so we added a patch for that also upstream for.
For simul, we've done a patch for the simulcast in Chrome, but you can do 264 in Chrome without a patch.
But what patch did you do to make it use the native simulcast feature for OpenH64?
No, so we did whatever they did in VP8. In VP8 they do layers and all that. We just do a really naive, 3 streams, set it up, and then adjust bit tracers and stuff that.
Right, but what they do with there's the layers in the individual but OpenH264 also has just this VP8, it has the feature of you pass it one stream in, it gives you 3 streams out in simulcast.
No, we do
we were actually talking to
to
Mozanati from Cisco last week, and he said that that feature should be fairly stable and working at this point, and it should give us better CPU and also just saying in case you want to have a look at that.
Well,
sure.
Do you know what OpenH264 version that was stable as of? Is that something recent or?
Well, actually, it didn't mention. I don't know. I actually have no idea how far they are apart. The one that's in Chrome and the one that's actually their latest. Do you know him? Actually, you might know him. So
yeah, I met him before when I was at Cisco, but.
So you might want to reach out to him and ask him. But I have the recollection of hearing about that a long time ago. So
I'm not sure.
It didn't sound like it was a recent thing.
Okay. I'm not sure how well we'd have to check on how well the WebRTC stack would handle that, as opposed to they do wrap like kind of one encoder. Impl wraps all 3 individual encoders, but I do think that they have this expectation around spinning up the multiple versions. So that might be a bigger change, but I don't know. We are.
But wait, I thought that's how they do it in VP8 already.
Oh, really?
Kind of. With VPX, I think you actually have 3 different pointers to encoders.
That's.
But it knows that it's simulcast. It knows. Yeah. So libVPX knows that it's doing simulcast, and
but it provides 3 different instances.
Sure, but you only put one in, right? You only put one stream in.
Oh, that's the same as what we've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the interfaces hasn't changed. You still put one stream in, and then it fans out 3 separate streams of simulcast.
Okay. Have you gotten any feedback from the Google guys on this?
No, we were waiting for that.
Yeah, we have. Miriam put a patch up.
Okay. Well, would certainly be interested in that as well. Actually, Microsoft is going to come out with H264 support in the next month on their beta program, the public beta program. So that would make it much more interesting for us as well, at least as a fallback option. So we're going to start playing with it as well as soon as it lands in Edge.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hardware acceleration is not fully baked yet. We're probably going to start taking a look at that soon on the Chrome side.
I see.
They had the Google team was making some reasonable progress on 264 related stuff for a while there, and it seems to have kind of died off the last month. So I don't know. I'm going to try and maybe harass them a bit and see what's going on.
Yeah, that would be good.
Did you see Karthik's question?
No, I hadn't seen Karthik's question. Karthik, is your question about what I said for Microsoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, that the H264 you see is already in there. What's coming out is H264 AVC.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Was that you, Karthik? Because you sounded like Varun a little bit.
That's better.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. All right. Do we have anything else? Oh yeah, Lucy. Lucy, are you still on the call? So has anyone? I know that Lucy said he's going to look into he's been working on the Bootstrap integration, and I know I left a bunch of comments, and he said that he's going to look in them. But I'm not sure if there's been any progress since that. I assume that if he's here, then there should be. So we're going to add this to our checklist for this week and see. Yeah, there's been a response from him. Okay. Well, for the record, we're going to try and check into that this week and see.
Did you guys have any thoughts? Someone posted a bug about issues on the bridge under load, and I posted some stats from things that I'd seen. I haven't had a chance to dig into yet. I know you guys have done some load testing in the past. I don't know if you've done anything recently, but
yeah, I mean, we've basically load test each one of our builds as part of the build pipeline and publish the CPU usage.
Do you have the URL for that?
I don't have it. I can't just say it right now, but I'll paste it in a moment or two. Or
okay, so I don't know if you saw in the comment that I posted, the CPU usage was not a problem. It wasn't that it was the CPU was maxed, but clients weren't kind of ramping all the way up, and like it looks like I didn't get enough to kind of dig into. It looked like maybe there's not a raw CPU problem, but maybe contention or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that I'm not sure we're testing for as well in the build pipeline. So that might take some actual personal.
So Brian, can you talk a little bit more about exactly what you saw? Because I didn't fully understand.
So I don't have this fully refined, but what I saw is I had done some load testing with TestRTC, trying to get kind of a simulation of real clients and all that.
So what does it do exactly?
It just has, it does a 720p call. I wrote this out in the comments on the bug, but has two clients join a meeting and they just sit in the meeting for, 90 seconds or something like that. And on lower iterations, I did, 5 calls of 2 participants each, and that all looks good. And I went up to something like 17 or 18 calls, say, of 2 participants each. And up at that point, CPU isn't maxed, but the clients fail, for example, to get up to like full bitrate. Again, I don't know.
Well, go ahead. My first instinct here is to ask about exactly what TestRTC are doing when they're spinning off new clients, because if they somehow share CPU resources, then their encoders would slow down. So
yeah, it could be that. I haven't dug into that yet. So it's the bridge is certainly not the only possibility for wrongdoing there. I just wanted to know if somebody else, once I didn't report anything from my findings file a bug, but somebody else filed a bug. So I kind of added what I saw to that to see if maybe, there was a pattern emerging here or something, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because so it would basically imply that our bitrate estimator starts misbehaving on higher loads, which is of course not impossible, but
they have also mentioned in that bug that there is some packet loss under high CPU.
That is more likely a problem, yeah, because we've seen that in the past as well. In one of the gazillion queues that we have, we could start drawing packets.
Well, what I was wondering about, if maybe there was stuff getting lost in some of the bridge queues.
Thank you for looking into that. If you have time to look at it a little bit more,
I'll see if I can get. I don't know. We'll have to see how much I can dig into it, but I'd like to at least get maybe like a profiler snapshot or something to see if that reveals anything interesting. But
one thing that's interesting is to actually see what bitrate is coming out of the bridge.
Yeah, I do have that. So I have that.
No, I mean the REMV values.
Oh, yeah, that I didn't have.
Because if they are higher than what the clients are actually sending, and the clients are not. I mean, if the clients are not maxing out their 2.5 or 3.5 megabit thing, then that's definitely a client side problem.
Yeah, unfortunately, TestRTC does not expose all of the graphs, so I can't see like the client's view of its estimated send bandwidth or anything like that.
But you can actually enable PCAP logs for RTCP, and you can actually see the REMB values that are being sent from the bridge to the clients.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
No.
We can send you the information.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we should actually publish it as an MD file.
Yeah.
George, would you do that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So you owe another beer to George, Brian. And I decided so. So, by the way, Brian, thanks very much for sending me the instructions on the example on setting up a conference through REST. I'm going to publish that. I owe you a beer for that. And beers don't cancel each other. So we'll have to see how we're going to fix that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to publish that this week, or send you the patch so that you would publish it or something. Yeah, thanks for that.
Cool.
Okay, do we have anything else?
Just a quick question, Brian and Miriam, are you guys running on Firefox right now?
No.
Okay.
What are you asking?
Damien was seeing 720p streams for everyone, and Firefox would explain it because of the lack of simulcast, but now we don't have an explanation.
Actually, seems to be pretty decent here. It seems to be.
Well, they don't.
Yeah, videos, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Brian seems to be the only one streaming in 720p. Is anyone else seeing that issue? Well,
I
yeah.
see Brian now.
Yeah, and Brian's still at 720p. That's interesting.
There is one TCP stream.
There's what?
There's one TCP stream.
Oh, really? But that shouldn't make a difference. Interesting. And now switching back to Brian, and Miriam still has 720p. So we'll be looking into that.
Yeah, I see the same.
Hey, Damien. Okay, that's very interesting. That's not supposed to happen at all. But what?
I would like to blame the network for that. I mean, we are going to investigate, but the network here at the office is pretty bad. I don't know.
But that shouldn't explain this.
Well, we require that the keyframes are at least the first packet of the keyframe arrives first. So if we have some packet loss, in which case we request.
But shouldn't transactional FIRs take care of that?
Yeah, but we try like 5 times.
So 5 times the first packet of a keyframe was lost.
Yeah, maybe not.
No, that sounds like a layer switching problem to me.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for that, guys. Okay. Do we have anything else? I guess not.
Okay, it's Etienne.
Etienne, how are you doing?
Hi. Just for the packet loss problem, I still have one PR reworking the queue, some of the queue. And if Brian can test it, it's in ICE4G, it's pull request 64. And I don't know if it improves something for you, but the current queue are locking too much.
If that's the packet queue interface in ICE4J or abstract class, that's only used for SCTP right now.
It's not for all the rest of the queue of the packets.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Just the data. Yeah.
Okay.
So if any of our queues are dropping packets, there should be log. They're pretty much the same, something like packets dropped or dropped packet.
Yeah,
Many of the queues that I've seen are locking too much most of the time. Like this rework, there was 2 locks each time, and there was a notify all instead of notify.
Actually,
so
I'm not sure if it's because of all the HD streams, but we're not hearing the reload here.
What?
I heard you fine. I think they said they couldn't hear you.
That's interesting.
Okay.
It's not going away. So what were you saying, Etienne?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that many of the queues are locking too much, and I've started to rework. But if it's not used everywhere, that will not help for the test for now.
That's interesting.
How do you guys observe that something is working too much?
What? No. I was just profiling, but I haven't hit any limits yet. I have not done load testing, contrary to Brian.
That wasn't audible here. Our Wi-Fi connection went really south right now, so we had no idea what you just said.
Okay. I haven't
Etienne, if you think that's worth it, could you please you can answer.
I don't hear you.
Could you please write this to the list?
Yeah, I can. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Well, things are pretty bad on my network here, so I'm going to cut it at this point. Thanks everyone for joining, and see you again in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.